Hi guys, Dinner Lady here. Right, so it's my turn to cook today. So I'm going to do something pretty easy. Me and Ian's both had a very busy week. So we're going to do something nice and easy today, and we're just going to do some hot dogs with two different toppings. So I'll bring you down and I'll show you what we've got. Right, so the first thing we've got is, I was going to get one of the jars of hot dogs, but when we went shopping this morning, we were on Lidl's and we're seeing these. You had your ordinary ones, or the chili cheese. Well, it had to be chili and cheese for us. And I'm going to wrap that in some streaky bacon for one topping. And I've got some soft sliced white baguettes there instead of the hot dog buns, because I feel like every time you try to do a hot dog in them, it fall apart. I'm going to do some boiled onions because that's what I like, and Ian likes that as well. And maybe a few little crispy onions with it. And I'm going to do a cheese sauce. So we've got butter, some flour, some cheese, some English mustard, and I forgot to get it out, it's always something, and some milk. There go. And also yesterday Ian made sloppy joes for our tea last night, which were lovely. And so there's a little bit of that left over. I'm going to pop that in a pan, add some chili to that, and make it and do it as like a chili dog as well. So we're going to have one wrapped in bacon with cheese sauce, the other chili sauce with cheese sauce as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the onions all chopped up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pan on to boil the onions. I've got a kettle boiled here, so I'm going to put that in. Now with the tinned or the jarred hot dogs, I normally use the brine from that tin to boil the onions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fake that a little bit with a little bit of salt and just a pinch, maybe a half a teaspoon of sugar. Gives it a tiny little brine. Just mix that up. I'm going to get that up to the boil. I'm going to bring this back round. Right, and I'm just going to chop up the onions. Just going to do them in halves. That's it. Once this is done, they'll go in there until they're nice and soft. Might seem like a lot of onions, but they do, when you boil them, they do reduce in size a lot. So just going to get these straight in. I'm just going to let them go, and I'm going to go and get the hot dogs and the bacon cleaned up a little bit here, and we'll get on with wrapping it all up. Right, so I'm going to cook these in the high sapienta. So I've got this grill out and I've got a tray underneath for any drippings, but I do want the air to circulate all the way around. I'm just going to put that to one side for a second. So let's have a look at these. So I'm going to wrap 3 in bacon, and I want to have 3 without. So just going to pop 3 straight over there. And then we'll open the bacon. Let's see if the tab works. Never normally does for me. Doesn't help the fact that my hands, I have to quickly rinse my hands, so no, it's not going to work. So old-fashioned way, use a knife. Just as you would normally do for pigs in blankets. I'm just going to wrap this around. If it takes 2 for each one, then so be it. I think it will do. Right, just like that. And also put them on the tray. I'm just going to do the other 2 and then I'll come back to you. Right, so that's all 6. So I've got the 3 wrapped in the bacon, the 3 not. I'm just going to place this into the high sapienta just until we're ready to start cooking. Once the onions are boiled, I'll put them into a bowl and we'll get on with making the cheese sauce and adding the chilli to the sloppy joe mix. Right, so the onions are all done. Excuse me. All I've done is drain them and just put them in a bowl and they'll be ready for whenever the hot dogs are done. Going to let the excess water steam off and we're going to get on with now doing the cheese sauce. Right, so onto the cheese sauce. Just going to put that on. Just use the same pan as what I did the onions in. Got a tablespoon of butter. Just let that melt down a little bit. Oh, this really not that high. Got a tablespoon of plain flour. Just let that cook through in there. Till you get your roux. I'm just going to let that cook out for just a few minutes, just because what it does is it cooks out the floury taste, so you get a nice smooth bechamel. And I've got 150 mils of milk here. Don't know if you can see that. 150 mils of milk. If it needs a little bit more, it needs a little bit more. Just let this cook out. Once you can start smelling a little bit nutty, I mean, you can warm up the milk with bay leaves and everything, but there's going to be that much flavour in this. I don't think that's really worth it. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of milk in. See, it's starting to seize up straight away into a lump. A little bit more. As long as you've cooked that flour out beforehand, you shouldn't get a lumpy sauce. But if you are a little bit worried, you can change to a whisk. A little bit more. Like I say, I've got some more milk there ready, just in case, because like I've said before, you know, flour can absorb liquid depending on the day, depending on the atmosphere, depending on the type of flour that it is that you're using, the make of flour. Keep going. And even though you think, oh my goodness, there's lumps, if you look, as soon as you start to mix it, the lumps all go away. The rest of that in. And we'll have a look once this is incorporated, see if we need a little bit more milk. Don't forget the cheese will thicken it as well, and the little bit of mustard will emulsify it. Same as mayonnaise, it just emulsifies it a little bit. I'm just going to go and get another 50 mils just in case I need it. I think I'm going to put a touch more in, so it's another 50 mils. Just put a little bit in. I'm not putting it all in together. I'm not making a huge amount of sauce here because it's only really for the hot dogs. So I've done about half of that 50 ml, so about 25 ml of that. And I'll keep that to that 25 here, just in case. Once the cheese goes in, if it gets a little bit too thick. First thing I'm going to do is add half a teaspoon of mustard. Like I say, it's not a massive batch this, so we don't need... There we go, that gives you a lovely colour as well. Because I don't buy coloured cheddar. So before I put that in, I'm going to put some salt and some pepper. Let's turn that light down. There we go. So put this pepper in there. And a bit of salt, probably a little less salt because you've got the cheese. And because we're using mature cheddar, it will be salty. Yeah, definitely going to need a little bit more milk. You could put a bit of scraping of nutmeg in here as well. Like I say, we've got so many other flavours going on with this hot dog. Then I think it's just going to be masked. But you know, do whatever it is that you like doing in your cheese sauce. Right, so I've got 40 grams of cheese. Because if you're going to have a cheese sauce, you're going to have a cheesy, won't you? Just incorporate that a little bit at a time. Still got tiniest little bit of milk left, just in case it's needed. In case it gets just a little bit too thick. Bit more cheese, that one's melted. There we go. As soon as you can't see any lumps in there at all, it's all done. Last bit of cheese. Turn the gas off now. There should be enough heat in there to get rid of the last bit of this, melt the last bit of this cheese. There we go, look. So that's the cheese sauce done. I'm just going to have a little taste. Oh, that's lovely and cheesy. Lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the spoon. I'm going to get a little bit of cling film. Move that out of the way. Got a new one here. Oh, that opens differently. And then whenever you do sauces like this so it doesn't get a skin on, put it directly onto the top. And that just stops it, the air getting in and a skin forming on that. And that's ready just to warm up again whenever we're ready. Right, so the next thing I'm about to do is this is the sloppy Joe mix that's left over. Like I say, I don't think I'll need all of this. So that can go for maybe sandwiches or whatever during the week. And all I'm going to do with that is just add some chili powder. We've got Kashmiri, that's what we've got, so that's what I'm going to use. Dribbled a little bit, just like me, just a dribble. It's actually had a little bit of spicy cheese in with it as well last night, so if you see any big blobs, that's what that is. And I'm just going to add a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili, warm that through. Thing is with Kashmiri chili, it's not as hot as ordinary chili, so you know, if you don't like it hot, and if you only got ordinary chili flakes or chili powder, then just add a little bit less than what I have. I'm going to get another little spoon, have a little taste. Yep. Do you know what? That's got 1 teaspoon in that is perfect for us. I know you'll really enjoy that. So the next time we see you guys, it's when we're going to be putting everything together. Right, so I've got the sausages in there now, and I am going to put them on. Sorry if it starts flashing. I'm going to do air fry. Probably won't take 20 minutes. I'll put it on for 12 and then check, and then it's just a matter of heating everything else up and then getting them all done. Right, so that's done. I did give it an extra couple of minutes because they are pretty thick, these sausages, but they're all cooked now. I've tested it with the probe. I'm just going to bring it out and let them rest on a plate, and then we'll put them all together. Right, okay, so I've taken them out and they're going to rest. I'm going to get the buns on here. Now I want to take them out and put them on the top one. Turn it on. All toast. It automatically goes to 5 minutes. You can't have it any longer, any lower than 5. So I'm going to put it on for 5, and I'm just going to keep check on it. And then once that's done, everything's ready and it's ready to go. Right, because the oven was already hot, that actually only took 2 minutes to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one with the bacon wrapped, one without, and because there's a little bit of room left at the bottom and we only have 4 buns, I'm going to cut one of these in half, put that there. I'm going to cut one of them in half and put that there. There we go. So I'm going to have some onions on each. Oh, that's hot. There we go. I'm going to have one just with cheese sauce. Look at that. Maybe a bit of ketchup as well if that's what you want. Come on, cheese sauce, look at that. And that one we're going to have a bit of sloppy joe made into chilli. Look at that for a hot dog. And for this one, a bit more of that lovely cheese sauce. Plenty of it. We've got some of the boiled onions, and on this one we're also going to have a few crispy onions. On the top. Put some jalapenos on there, a little bit of fresh herbs. Whatever it is that you want to have. There we go. Now there is my 2 times hot dogs. and I hope you enjoy, guys, because I'm going to really dig into this now. Right, so that's the chili cheese one, wrapped in bacon with the cheese sauce, the boiled onions and crispy onions. Let's give it a go. Messy. Yeah, they were very nice. I should have gotten some kitchen roll. Oh, them hot dogs. I wasn't sure what they were going to be like with them being fresh hot dogs, but they do taste like hot dogs. They have got a bit of a kick from the chilli. I must admit, cannot taste any cheese in that apart from the cheese sauce that I've already put on as well. So I would say they were more chili hot dogs than chili and cheese. But let's have a look at the other one with the sloppy joe turned into chili on there. Let's have a look. Still actually chumping on crispy bacon. Let's have a little look at this one. I mean, it's the same sausage, just prepared in a different way. I'm just going to move that across because it's going to end up all over my face. Told you it was going to end up all over my face. Again, I can taste the chilli, but I can't taste the cheese in there, apart from the cheese sauce again that I've put on there. But they're very nice. They're very moist. I hope you can see that. Would I buy them again? Definitely. I think I prefer them, or I normally don't get the tinned ones. I normally get the jarred ones because I prefer them. But I actually think I prefer them over the jarred ones. So Littles, well done. So I'm just going to let you go now, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. Ian's not feeling too well tonight, so he's just having a bit of a relaxed night, so it was all down to me. So what we'll do is we'll see you the next time. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Put your comments down below and we'll really appreciate it. See you later, guys.